everybody, Lee here with the pull list for November 12th, 2014, presented by Longbox Radio. This week we have Batman Eternal number 32. We have Batman Eternal every week as it is a weekly book. Last issue saw Bane and Alfred teaming up to escape the rubble of Arkham Asylum. Why not? So there's some cool dialogue between the two of them. Batman and everybody on the outside speculating as to whether Alfred survived the blast. And yeah, he did. So he gets to a secret Batcave area at the bottom of Arkham Asylum, uses some kind of convenient green knockout gas on Bane, and he's back in the fray. Big morale boost to everybody involved. It's time to get some work done, quote Batman at the end of that issue. So we'll see what goes down. It looks like Spoiler and Hush, who that was also part of last issue, Hush corners Spoiler in an alley and is about to presumably murder her, and Batman, of course, as you can see here on the cover, swings in just in time. Batman number 36 from Scott Snyder, Greg Capullo, of course, is Endgame Part 2. I can't begin to explain to you what the hell happened at the end of the last issue. We have Superman with a crazy Joker face on and bloody fists. I'm sorry if I missed something in another Batman book, but this is as weird to me as it might be to you if you haven't been reading Batman. The Walking Dead. Cool stuff. This is 134 from Whispers to Screams. Kind of a cool reveal. Spoilers in the last couple issues that there's just a group of people wearing full-on zombie skin suits, hanging out with them, and then whispering amongst each other to not clue in the zombies that they're humans. And this, of course, to other survivors means that there's just talking zombies now, and we're all going to die. Another thing, too, to keep in mind is that these guys are carrying weapons and stuff, so it really freaks out everybody for a little while. But they've already shown the twist. So, cool stuff. Looking forward to what happens in Walking Dead. It's been pretty good lately. Access number 5. We're into the book 2, the second act of Access, and I have to really quickly talk about Avengers and New Avengers by Jonathan Hickman. The first 3 issues of Access, and then Act 1 is done. The fallout of that and every other Marvel book, namely Avengers and New Avengers, is absolutely phenomenal. Some of the best stuff. I'm so excited for when the New Avengers and for the New Avengers and New Avengers to come out, just to continue that story. You have Namor leading the Cabal, just this group of villains dealing with the incursions. So they're going to alternate Earths, and instead of just there's no humane way to do it, kill billions of people and destroy that Earth so ours can survive, they are sadistically going around killing heroes. There's one scene, I think it's New Avengers, where Namor he's talking to Doctor Doom, and he's just like, listen, you gotta take this weight off my shoulders, because this is insane what they're doing. They're making people beg for their lives and just standing on piles of corpses. It's crazy stuff. And then meanwhile in the Avengers, you have the search for Tony Stark. Everybody wants him to answer for his what have you. You have Falcon taking over for Captain America, and he's no nonsense. I like having Captain America, the Boy Scout character, just because he fills that niche, but having Falcon just be a no-nonsense, punch Nick Fury in the face, kill people Captain America is great, and it really kind of establishes him as something different other than just well, it's Falcon, but he's wearing the Stars and Stripes now. So I think that's a really good job on the part of them there. So Remender brings us Access. I'm not a huge fan of the event so far. It seems like this is the big dumb, just superheroes beating up on each other just so we can have these other spin-off books in the universe that are really, really good. But what you basically have is the Red Skull is imprisoned by the Avengers. The X-Men want him because Scarlet Witch and Doctor Strange, they believe, anyways, cordon off the part of the brain that is Red Skull, and now he's just Xavier in Red Skull's body, I guess, is what their thoughts are. So the X-Men, again, establishing themselves pretty thoroughly as the villains. If anybody has a different point of view on that, where the X-Men come out being this underdog, great group of heroes, let me know, because it's never come across like that in any of these Avengers X-Men books. The Avengers are always thinking, the good of the world, whereas the X-Men is just it's all about the X-Men or nothing, and whatever. I just don't like X-Men, I guess. But there you go. And of course you still have, I don't know what's going on in this issue, because you clearly have Red Skull on the bottom there. But Carnage and characters like that are showing up in other books now as heroes, now that Magneto recruited them to the little team in Axis number 3, I think that was. So I've talked way too much about Axis and Avengers. Going on to 2 books I can't for the life of me remember what's going on in. Miles Morales, Ultimate Spider-Man, kind of getting jumbled up for me with the Spider-Verse stuff. I don't know where this book's at exactly. I know Miles Morales is being brought in to Spider-Verse at some point, but if there's something going on where Green Goblin, Peter Parker, both alive in a universe where death is supposed to be final. They're trying to figure out how that is. I think it was the last thing I know. that happened in this book. So, all right. And Thor. I haven't read the first issue yet from Jason Aaron. Of course, the new launch of Thor. This is the second issue. I might let this one build up. Jason Aaron stuff, I find, if I read it in like 4 or 5 issue bursts, is really enjoyable. So I might do that on that. So anyways, that's the comic books for this week. We have free digital codes for Axis, for Miles Morales Spider-Man, and for Thor. Look for all of those at the end of the episode, because I'm rushed this week and I don't have to tweet them and stuff like that. But that's it. Happy reading this week. We'll be back again next week talking more comic books. And yeah, Avengers and New Avengers, get out there, read those books. If you're liking the Axis event, so much better in there, and all the incursion stuff that Hickman's been working on for the last year is fantastic, and it'll be sad to see him go whenever he leaves the book, but I'm sure wherever he ends up, it's going to be phenomenal anyway. So phenomenal, the word of the week. Enjoy your reading. We'll talk to you again next week.